Well, ladies and gentlemen, live from Rosemont, Illinois, we are officially a few days removed from the Royal Rumble, and that means we are moving on to the Elimination Chamber, where this man right here, LA Knight, has an opportunity to qualify for said the Elimination Chamber match, but he has to get through the badass Bron Breakker to do so. It's going to be one hell of a match between these two. We got 3 Elimination Chamber. That's right. Count them. 1, 2, 3 Elimination Chamber qualifying matches here tonight on Monday Night Raw as we move toward the destination, of course, being Toronto, Canada for the Elimination Chamber. Of course, the winners of those chamber matches, both men's and women, will find themselves in a championship match at WrestleMania. Same victor to the spoils scenario that the Royal Rumble showcased, as we saw between Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley at the Royal Rumble. This man right here had a pretty terrible showing in the Royal Rumble match. Bron Breakker looking to have better success here tonight against LA Knight, former United States champion, former Intercontinental champion, as is Bron Breakker being a former Intercontinental champion as well. But he's looking for bigger and better things heading into WrestleMania season, looking to find himself a little bit further up the card this year than last year if he can win the Elimination Chamber and qualify for a world title match when we get to Vegas. The badass Bron Breakker looks focused, looks as mean as ever, ready to do some business here tonight against the megastar. Meanwhile, LA Knight still chasing that championship glory. As here we go, Breakker and LA Knight. Not the first time these two have met up, but certainly the first time that stakes have been as high as they are with the Elimination Chamber qualifier being involved. LA Knight immediately goes for some striking blows on Bron Breakker. Megastar already in control of this thing in the early goings. Now look out here. Off the top rope goes LA Knight, but Bron Breakker getting out of harm's way. And now Breakker going to look to do what he does best, and that is absolutely mutilate his opponents. And now look out. Oh, the power is already on full display, as is the agility as he goes for a standing moonsault. But, LA Knight able to get the reversal that time. Taking his time out here, but I don't know if that's a very good suggestion for Bron Breakker. Against Bron Breakker is what I should be saying, is now Breakker taken to the skies. Oh no, the referee getting involved and getting in the way of Bron Breakker that time, as Breakker was looking to leave his feet. Once again, further putting LA Knight in the driver's seat. Now look out, LA Knight with the knee. Oh no, Bron Breakker, nice counter out. And look out, big clothesline connects. Big clothesline connects from Bron Breakker. And now sending LA Knight into the turnbuckle, looking to do some more damage to the ribs. As now it's Breakker going off the ropes with that breakneck speed. Connects flush to the face. Looking to take LA Knight for a ride now. Superplex incoming. No, instead a Falcon Arrow by Bron Breakker. And now Bron Breakker goes for that standing moonsault he was looking for earlier. Connects this time. Goes for the count. LA Knight getting the shoulder out at 1. Breakker's just calm, cool, and collected, trying to control every part of the ring here. As now look out. Oh, rake to the eyes from Bron Breakker to LA Knight. And now look out. Look out here. Going for something, but no. LA Knight driving the sharp knee to the face. As a Megastar signaling that he still has a bunch of fight left into the game. And now going for a back suplex, turns it into a face buster. Back suplex into a face buster. LA Knight is really starting to roll here in this match. Setting it. Bron Breakker once again into the corner. Kicks to the chest. Midsection area. Bron Breakker. Breakker could be in trouble. LA Knight, big run up. Looked for it earlier. Gets it this time. Drives the knee right to the face. And now, wait a minute. Bron Breakker with a nice reversal. But LA Knight counters with a reversal of his own. And now back and forth these two go. Look out. Goes for a powerbomb. LA Knight, or I was going to say goes for a Hurricane Rana. LA Knight stuffing it with a powerbomb. As now goes for a huge double axe handle off the second rope. Looks like Bron Breakker was cut open earlier on in the match. And now dragon screw to the knee. Very unorthodox for Bron Breakker to do limb target damage. But, I mean, whatever it takes to get to Toronto in the chamber. Oh, look at this. Sit out. Almost a Tiger Driver. Release Tiger Driver, if you will. LA Knight again kicking that shoulder out at 1. And now Bron Breakker grabs a hold of LA Knight and lines him up for a huge military press power slam. Breakker going for the cover. Shoulder out at 0.5 that time by LA Knight. And now Bron Breakker sending him into the turnbuckle pad. Oh my goodness, what a clothesline. Breakker just using his power to his advantage, and LA Knight's no small man, but Bron Breakker is just absolutely explosive in that ring. Like I said, Breakker did not have a good showing in the Royal Rumble. He needs this win to almost solidify himself for a championship opportunity at WrestleMania, but he'll still have to go through the grueling career-defining Elimination Chamber match to do so. There's now Bron Breakker going second rope here. Goes for a kick. LA Knight wisely getting out of harm's way, but did not get out of harm's way that time. And now look at this. Bron Breakker muscling LA Knight up with a military press gut buster. Goes for the cover here. Count of 1, 2, chamber. Qualifier on the line here. But LA Knight gets the shoulder out. Now Breakker trying to brush his boot right into the face of LA Knight. Megastar's having none of it. Big clothesline to Bron Breakker. As now look out here. LA Knight's really starting to roll. Going for a Megastar elbow drop and connects. And now the son of the dog-faced gremlin could be in trouble here, but LA Knight getting absolutely mollywopped by that jumping clothesline by Bron Breakker. And now Breakker sending LA Knight to the floor. What he got planned here for LA Knight? The referee got in Breakker's way last time. Doesn't get in the way this time. Bron Breakker absolutely just taking over this match. As now Breakker calling LA Knight up to his feet here. What does Bron Breakker have planned? Look out. Breakker going on the steel steps this time. A count of almost 7 before LA Knight got back into the ring. And look at Bron Breakker going top rope now. LA Knight goes there to meet him. But oh no, wait a minute. Breakker. Oh, big clothesline. Big clothesline from Bron Breakker as now he's punching out the face of LA Knight. Off the ropes goes Bron Breakker. Oh, what a shoulder tackle. Shoulder tackle knocks LA Knight almost unconscious that time. Now Breakker has LA Knight on the top rope here. What's he got planned? Breakker going top rope with LA Knight. What the hell is this? A moonsault fall away slam from the top rope. Gonna give him the win for sure, but no, LA Knight has to peel the shoulder off the mat. This is indeed awesome, folks. This shows you just exactly how badly these two want to make it to Toronto. And it looks like LA Knight is not done taking rides to the top. But, oh, Breaker was probably going for that Frankensteiner. But LA Knight was able to get out of harm's way that time. As now look out here. Turns him around. BFT spiked him right on his neck. The BFT connects, but Breaker just kicked out at 1. Breaker just kicked out at 1, and I don't think LA Knight could even believe it here. Oh, and Bron Breaker now muscling LA Knight up. Oh, no, wait a minute. LA Knight muscling Breaker up for a burning hammer, it looks like. And yes, indeed, a burning hammer connects. A burning hammer connects as LA Knight now trying to stay in the driver's seat. Atomic drop into a discus lariat. Tremendous stuff by the megastar as Bron Breaker now is licking his wounds on the outside while LA Knight is stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. Turns Breaker around. Big discus lariat on the outside now. Now, wait a minute. Bron Breaker sending LA Knight almost into the announce table. And look out. Oh, my God. A spear. A gut-wrenching spear to the outside. After the ribs went straight face, or rib first, I would say, into the announce table. And oh, no. Bron Breaker now calling for the end here. LA Knight could be in trouble. A second spear. A second spear after the ribs have already been injured priorly will give Bron Breaker the win and the first spot in the Elimination Chamber. It was really the rib targeting at the end of the match that really gave Bron Breaker the win here, but clearly he looked like he was just in a battle, a war as a matter of fact, but he better be prepared for even worse than that when it comes to the Elimination Chamber. All right, folks, we are gearing up for tag team action as we see the arrival of not only JD McDonough, but his tag team partner, and we'll see out here in a second, Dirty Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. And these two are going to have their hands full because they are taking on the returning tag team of the Lucha Bros. I say returning tag team because we haven't seen Rey Fenix in a wrestling ring since last year's WrestleMania. He made his triumphant return at the Royal Rumble, had a couple nice spots going with a few of his Lucha friends, including his brother Penta, all in the name of competition. And then, of course, Dirty Dominic Mysterio would come in and ruin that and try to throw both Phoenix and Penta out of the Royal Rumble because, as Dom puts it, he thinks he proclaims himself the king of the Luchas, but we all know that that's horse crap. But now Dominic Mysterio has some help in the form of JD McDonough to do his biddings against the Lucha Bros here tonight. Should be an amazing tag team match. I mean, as much as I hate the Judgment Day, as much as I hate bobblehead JD McDonough and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, these guys are very impressive in that ring. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do against a team like the Lucha Bros, a former pair of world tag team champions, as a matter of fact. Here he comes down to the ring, the most absolutely just disgusting, diabolical individual you could ever come across. And I say that because I don't know too many men that would do the things to people that he quote-unquote loves that Dominic Mysterio has done throughout his entire career, namely his father, Rey Mysterio, another name, Rhea Ripley, betraying her as well. This guy is one sick individual. If I were any member of the Judgment Day, I'd sleep with one eye open in that clubhouse, that's for certain. As Dominic Mysterio making his way down to the ring, getting ready to join his clubhouse member, JD McDonough, taking on the returning Lucha Bros, that being Penta and Rey Fenix. One of the most exciting tag teams you'll see here on Monday Night Raw and on the entire JPG channel as a whole. Former World Tag Team Champions in their own right. Definitely looking to climb back up the ladder and reclaim championship gold in the tag team division. I'm sure is a forward focus for for Penta and Phoenix in 2026. I'm sure Dirty Dom would love to get some gold around his waist too, though, as he's been. I'm sure if you ask him, he's long overdue a championship here on Monday Night Raw. And here we go, folks. The returning Lucha Brothers. One of my favorite tag teams to watch, to call here on the JPG channel. Finally back here on Monday Night Raw. Felt so gutted when Phoenix took that injury. Got taken out because of that injury last year at WrestleMania. Phoenix is back now with his brother, and they look better than ever. Got the match in red for his return to Monday Night Raw. Very fitting. Should be a exciting contest nonetheless between these four. But like I said, with that the way it went down at the Royal Rumble with Dirty Dom and Mysterio trying to upstage both these brothers. A lot of newfound animosity between the Judgment Day and the Lucha Brothers is starting to come up front, as JD McDonough and Ray Phoenix are going to start this thing off. Phoenix able to get some reps in, but immediately tags his brother in with a super kick, double super kick right to that big head of JD McDonough. Hard to miss. A very easy target for Penta and Phoenix, as now Penta just lighting McDonough up with strikes, chops, even a super kick of his own for good measure. Sends McDonough back into the corner of Ray Phoenix. This is why I tell you that these two brothers are so good when it comes to tag team wrestling. Look out here. Oh my God. A package pile driver after another super kick right to the head. And I would go for a cover after that, as well, as Phoenix going for the cover indeed. Only gets a 2 count. Man, that could have been the ender right there. I don't know how McDonough even kicked out. This Penta now is back in this ring. Fresh tags, keeping the Lucha Brothers on the offensive side. As now Penta sending McDonough back into the ropes. Like the fourth tag in the span of 2 minutes is, look at this double foot stomp right to the back. Phoenix is lighting McDonough up. Sharp knee to the jaw. Another cover. I really like what I'm seeing here. Fresh tags. Multiple covers. Making McDonough exert that energy. Now Phoenix once again sending McDonough back into the corner of Penta. Be like the 5th tag in this match. Is now, look at here, double drop kick right to the face. And look at this, sling blade connects to McDonough. Dirty Dom, not very characteristic for him to want to be tagged into a match. Normally he likes other people to do his biddings for him and do the dirty work. No pun intended, but he's begging for a tag because he knows McDonough is absolutely getting destroyed in that ring right now. As now here comes Dirty Dom into the fray. Big back body drop. And look at this. Oh, a springboard moonsault. Well, Dirty Dom does call himself the quote-unquote king of the Luchas. Of course, he'd be looking to upstage 2 Luchas right here tonight and then return back to tag team wrestling. Penta's been doing his thing in the singles department since his brother's absence. Did not win any championship gold, but certainly came ever so closely on a number of occasions. Came close to winning the Intercontinental Championship a few months back in a match against Oba Femi. And look at this. Oh, flying through the air is McDonough. Now, I would say the Judgment Day are certainly in the driver's seat now. The pendulum has swung in their favor. As now McDonough just took out Ray Phoenix, and now here's the isolating tactics of JD McDonough and Judgment Day as a whole. They love to use their numbers to their advantage. They love to pick on, one guy with all 4 of them. And now McDonough with a jawbreaker to Penta. And now we're seeing fresh tags on the Judgment Day side, taking a little page out of the Lucha Bros playbook in this match. But really, that's that's the formula for any tag team success is using your partner, collaborating with them effortless enough to squeak a win by. As now Three Amigos by Dirty Dom Mysterio. Of course, shout out to Uncle Eddie. Or I'm sure if you asked Dirty Dom, he'd say he was his rightful father, but that's never here nor there. As now Dirty Dom Mysterio sending Penta into the ropes, but this time Penta able to get a reversal out of harm's way. Finally gets a tag to Phoenix. Now Rey Fenix going on the offense once more. Look out here. Super kick into a springboard drop kick. And you just see the way that Phoenix scaled the ropes. Looking like he didn't miss a day in that squared circle. Goes right back to work on McDonough. And this is where Phoenix really starts to thrive, is when the pace favors him and starts to quicken. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Just stabbing the spine with his knees of McDonough. Gets a count of 1.5 that time. As now Phoenix is calling McDonough up to his feet. Rey Fenix now, look out here. Going for a big move. My goodness gracious. Bit of a version of the Raging Fire. Konosuke Takeshita's finishing maneuver from Rey Fenix, turning him inside out. And now Phoenix is looking to take to the skies. My God, a tilting corkscrew tornado splash. And Phoenix is fired up, as is his brother Penta. Penta loves to see it. Loves to see his brother thriving and healthy once again, as now Phoenix is going to take to the skies one more time. A little too much dip on the chip that time. No water in the pool for Phoenix. As now McDonough takes his march into the air and collides with Rey Fenix. This match hardly has been one-sided. Both teams have gotten some really good offense in on one another. As now Phoenix sending McDonough back into the ring. Rey Fenix calling McDonough up to his feet. What does Rey Fenix have in store? Big springboard drop kick. Second springboard drop kick that McDonough had to eat, courtesy of Rey Fenix. Now look out. Rolling Thunder into a Hurricane Rana, catching Dirty Dom off guard. Almost got the cover right there. Phoenix now chopping away at the leg of Dirty Dom Mysterio. Judgment Day are certainly not looking too hot in the later stages of these matches. As now look out here. Oh, Phoenix went for something there, but Dirty Dom Mysterio, look at this. Tilt-a-whirl DDT again, trying to show off, because he calls himself the king of the luchas. Wants to upstage every lucha he's in the ring with. Is now Phoenix getting sent into the turnbuckle by McDonough. Every time you think that one team has the advantage in this match, the other one turns around in their favors. Look at this twisting corkscrew splash as I twist my words, and now a springboard moonsault. This time Dirty Dom feels like he needs to make the save, as Penta did not exactly appreciate that. Oh my goodness, what an enziguri strike right to the face. And Phoenix now lighting up McDonough. Did not get all of that forearm strike. Certainly got enough of that super kick. Look out. Bridging German suplex. McDonough's feet just dangling near those ropes. Referee might not have been able to catch that, though. As look out here. Rey Fenix now going for a... I've never seen that before in my life. Some kind of a rebound roundhouse kick. McDonough was able to stop it dead in its tracks, though. Beautiful Spanish fly by McDonough. Goes for the cover. Phoenix getting the shoulder out at almost 2. And now McDonough going right back to the tag to Dirty Dom Mysterio. And look at this. Phoenix sweeps the legs, though. And again, went for I think a Phoenix splash that time, but undershot it, actually. And now Dirty Dom Mysterio slowly getting up to his feet. Phoenix now. Big kick right to the face. And another kick right to the shin. And look out here, ducks one. Comes right back with another one. My God. It's like you got to be 3 steps ahead when you're in the ring with Rey Fénix. Now look at this, taking a page out of his brother's playbook with the sacrifice, and he even throws the Saddle Medal up. My God, just snapped the arm of Dirty Dom. And now Fénix scaling the ropes ever so gracefully. Oh my goodness gracious, double knees, Meteora while Dom was in a sitting down position. I mean, that looked absolutely brutal. Fénix now tagging Penta back into this thing. Penta gonna get his pound of flesh on Dirty Dom. No love lost between these two. They've had a handful of singles matches throughout 2025. And now Penta just chopping away at the chest of Dirty Dom. But Dom still holding his own. Penta, nice reversal that time. Elbow right to the face of Penta. Back it, like I said, these two are a bit more familiar with each other than Dirty Dom would be with Rey Fénix. As now Dom getting a sharp elbow to the jaw. And now Penta goes for a kick. Nope, Dom reverses again. There's that chemistry on full display. Oh my goodness, what a German suplex. Very unorthodox to see Dirty Dom be throwing Germans out. A double down by both of these men. Obviously, I'm sure all 4 of these men are spent at this point. And now look at this. Dom goes for another springboard moonsault. Penta moving out of harm's way. And now Penta sending Dom into the corner again. Blocks the kick attempt. But Penta still trying to hold his own. Goes for a drop kick. Dom catches the boots. Dirty Dom sending Penta into McDonough's corner. Fresh tag to McDonough. McDonough gets his first look at Penta in a while. Is now McDonough looking to go to the top. Oh no, but did not realize that Penta was closer to Fénix. But look out here. Penta or Fénix going for a ride. The devil inside from JD McDonough. That headbutt into a backdrop driver connected beautifully. Caught Fénix completely off guard as he was heading back into the match. But Rey Fénix now goes for a kick of some sort, but McDonough able to sidestep it. Trying to keep Fénix grounded is a lot easier said than done. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl head scissors. And Fénix now. Oh, big elbow right to the face of McDonough. Goes for a springboard moonsault from the corner. McDonough gets the knees up. Very competitive tag team match here tonight. I bet you the World Tag Team Champions, Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, are watching this match very closely because they might be looking at their next #1 contenders, whoever comes out with their hand raised in victory. We'll see them in action actually next week. That being the tag team champions, Strong and O'Reilly. Look at this, Rey Fénix now. Oh, went for overshot that, but actually it was Dom sneaking away right in the neck of time. As now again goes for a splash. Dom out of harm's way. Look out here, springboard moonsault to a standing Fénix this time. Fénix trying to get the hot tag to his brother. But Dirty Dom, the 20-year veteran as he would call himself, able to stop it dead in his tracks. And now Dom getting the tag to McDonough. I mean, if we would play a drinking game as to how many tags we've seen in this match, one of us would be plastered at this point. Gotta love it. As now McDonough getting reversed by Fénix. And Fénix now again with that, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. It's the second time that McDonough has had to feel that from Fénix in this match. There's now Fénix. Rey Fénix sending McDonough into the corner. And look out here. What do the brothers have in store? And more damage to that back of McDonough with the double back stabber. And now wait a minute here. Penta. Look out, Penta driver, and Fénix took Dom out on the outside. Tremendous tag team continuity will give the brothers the win. Penta and Rey Fénix picking up a big win. The Lucha Bros looking good in their return back to the squared circle as a tag team. Like I said, all those tag teams should be on notice, but if anybody more than anyone, it's those World Tag Team Champions, the Undisputed Era. Moving right forward, back into more action, folks. As we promised, there are 3 Elimination Chamber qualifying matches here tonight, and this is the only one in the women's division that we will be showcasing here live in Rosemont, Illinois, as Lyra Valkyria getting ready to take on the dangerous newfound form in Naomi, a woman that says you should proceed with caution when stepping in the ring with her, because you might end up getting a free ticket to the ER. But Lyra Valkyria wants a free ticket to the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Canada. But she's going to have to defeat the veteran Naomi to do so. Valkyria trying to add to her collection of hardware there. As you can see, Lyra and Bayley, the current women's tag team champions. If Lyra Valkyria does win this match, then wins the chamber, she could very well find herself Lyra 2 belts after WrestleMania is all said and done, if she could get the job done against with the women's champion of her choosing. But it's a long road ahead before Elimination Chamber. Because like I said, Valkyria's in there with the veteran herself, Naomi. And Naomi being a former world champion in her own right, she's not gonna just take this line down. She's not gonna give Lyra Valkyria the win. She's gonna have to earn every bit of the victory if she gets it tonight. Now we know for certain that, you know, one of the world champions, both men and women, will already be preoccupied at WrestleMania. That being the Royal Rumble winners, Rhea Ripley and Roman Reigns, obviously have yet to choose their opponents for WrestleMania and the champion of their choosing. But whoever is left will indeed face the winners of the 2 Elimination Chambers when we get to Toronto. High stakes on the road to WrestleMania, as it is every year. As Naomi is fired up here tonight in Rosemont. Proceed with caution. I mean, that in itself should tell you exactly what to expect about this new side of Naomi. And here we go. We're going to get this thing underway. Lyra Valkyria, Naomi should be a hell of a match. 2 great in-ring workers. Going to light each other up with kicks in the early goings of this match as Lyra gets the better of them with a kick right to the face. Referee Charles Robinson in perfect positioning for that cover, but Naomi still has a ton of fight left in the game, it seems. And now Lyra sending Naomi into the corner. Look out here. Oh, shoulder into the corner. Lyra Valkyria wasting no time. Springboard crossbody. Hot out of the gate is Lyra Valkyria, and you have to be with, you know, the stakes being so high. I mean, you got a championship opportunity technically if you can get to the Elimination Chamber. Now Lyra sending Naomi off the ropes. Beautiful arm drag. Takes out Naomi. Valkyria now sending Naomi, trying to send her off the ropes, but Naomi, nice reversal there. Trying to get some momentum for herself as she delivers a snap suplex right in the center of the ring. And I hope Bayley's getting a good hard look at what's to come for her next week, as she will be in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match as well next week, taking on the returning Dr. Britt Baker. The Doctor returned at the Royal Rumble, had a pretty decent showing. Did not win the Royal Rumble after being a few years back being almost like the third to last eliminated. However, she could still find herself an outlet to Vegas at WrestleMania if she can find herself inside that Elimination Chamber and defeating the role model Bayley. That's next week. So imagine if Lyra Valkyria wins tonight, Bayley wins next week. Then we have the World Tag Team Champion, the Women's World Tag Team Champions, both in the Elimination Chamber. What happens if it comes down to 2 of those ladies? I'm sure may the best woman win in that scenario is what they're thinking of themselves. Obviously, there's a respect there. They've tag teamed for quite some time now. And now look at this, Lyra Valkyria going for something here, but Naomi able to reverse out of it. Nice small package by Naomi. Now turning Lyra Valkyria over. Back and forth these two ladies go. Like I said, the competitive nature in both these athletes, combined with the the sense of urgency to put each other away, given the circumstances with a qualifier on the line. Makes for some really entertaining matches being showcased as Naomi just sends Lyra Valkyria right off the ropes, and now Naomi is going to look to take to the skies. Look out here, going to clear half the ring and connect with a springboard crossbody of her own. Lyra got to hit one earlier. Now Naomi is kind of trying to upstage. The younger of the two is now Naomi, sending Lyra Valkyria out to the floor. Like I said, there's this new found attitude of Naomi. I mean, you could just tell in her demeanor and tell in her actions that she ain't here to play no game. She means business when she's wrestling, when she's out there performing in front of the fans. Maybe she blocks out the fans, doesn't even care about what the fans think about her at this point in her career. She just cares about destruction and monetary gain and championship gain and all that. As now Lyra actually able to take advantage of the momentary distraction by Bayley. Oh, wait a minute. Lyra send Naomi crashing into Bayley that time. Lyra, now look out. Oh, she almost took out her tag team partner with that suicide dive. Naomi just stepping out. And I think that was Naomi's plan, is to cause a little bit of friction and a little bit of friendly fire between the women's tag team champions. Naomi, now Lyra is going to try go again, but catches Naomi off guard nonetheless. Yeah, that was kind of scary to see, as Lyra Valkyria goes right back on the attack, and Naomi just stopping her in her tracks with a sharp elbow to the jaw. And now Naomi, big kick, but no. Oh, look at this. Another forearm strike. Goes for a cover. Lyra could be in trouble here. Count of almost two. Lyra has to kick out, though. As now Naomi stepping on the head and face of Lyra Valkyria. Delivering a sharp elbow right to the face. And now look out here. Oh, springboard leg drop averted by Lyra. And now look at these kicks. Making their mark, and oh my goodness gracious, what a roundhouse kick right to the face. Roundhouse kick right to the face of Lyra Valkyria. The damage has been done. If I'm Naomi, I'm not taking any time to gloat. I'm looking to put Lyra Valkyria away, a very dangerous competitor in her own right, former NXT Women's Champion. Stood toe-to-toe with the man Becky Lynch at last year's Royal Rumble for the Women's Championship. Has looked good all of 2025. Capped the year off with a championship victory. As you can see, as the women's tag team champions. Almost got put away with that rear view by Naomi, though. As now Naomi calling Lyra Valkyria up to her feet. Look out here. Oh, sends her crashing down. Variation of a Bubba Bomb. Goes for the cover. Count of two. That was very close. Lyra nearly saw her chances to head to Toronto flashing before her eyes. As now Naomi is in the driver's seat. And Lyra is her crash test dummy right now. As look at this, sends a clothesline Lyra's way, but Lyra, nice reversal. Gets back into the ring, holding on. Skinning the cat, if you will. There's now Naomi trying to fight out of this wrist lock by Lyra Valkyria. Back and forth these two ladies go. Nobody wants to give each other an inch because they know they'll go a mile. A big clothesline from Lyra. Lyra now heading to the top rope now. Calling Naomi up to her feet. And look at this. Lyra now. Oh my goodness gracious. Double axe handle right to the back of the neck. Lyra now switching sides, going to the other side of the turnbuckle this time. Look out here. Lyra soaring through the airs once more with the crossbody and got a nice deep 2 count after that. Now Lyra went for a kick. Naomi ducked it. Sharp elbow to it looked like almost the sternum or the midsection that time. And look, oh my God, look at this smack to the face. I mean, you know the passion that Lyra Valkyria holds whenever she's in the square circle, but my goodness gracious, is this getting a little out of hand here. Again, Naomi able to deliver the small package out of a suplex attempt by Valkyria. And Naomi is just, I mean, like I said, taking this time to gloat is not something that I would exactly... Oh my, look at this. It looked like Lyra was trying to deliver like a back suplex or something, but Naomi actually able to use her body as a slingshot in a way, deliver a bulldog out of the ropes. Never seen anything like that. And now Naomi split-legged moonsault, almost connected. Lyra got the knees up. And now goes for another wrist attempt, but Naomi, man, she has been delivering some absolute potatoes in this match. Lyra Valkyria goes for a bulldog attempt, but Lyra stepping out of harm's way once more. Goes for the kick, ducks it. The more that this match continues, the more that Naomi has time to scout her opponent and pretty much react in real time. And look at Lyra trying to psych herself up. I mean, this girl is absolutely determined to make it to Toronto. But, oh my God, what a headbutt. What a headbutt by Naomi. Lyra Valkyria sending Naomi to the floor. Is now Lyra Valkyria went for it earlier. Looks to connect for it this time. Suicide dive connects to Naomi. These two ladies are absolutely going for it in this one. Is now Valkyria sending Naomi back into the ring. This could be Lyra's opportunity. As now Lyra scales the top rope. Naomi trying to lick her wounds on the outside and the inside. Is now Lyra. Oh my goodness gracious. A diving leg drop off the top rope sent Naomi crashing, and that was as near as a 3 count as we've seen in this match. Somehow Naomi's still in the fight though. And now Naomi went for that rear view again. Lyra stepping out of harm's way. No, wait a minute. Got trapped into a submission attempt by Naomi, and gonna make Lyra Valkyria feel the glow, as Naomi would say, with her old attitude, and that is gonna do it right there. That submission maneuver gets the job done for Naomi, and now Naomi is the first woman to declare for the Women's Elimination Chamber match in Toronto. It is main event time, folks, here in Chicago, Illinois, as we are joined by, of course, the Vision, but more importantly, representing the Vision, making his Monday Night Raw debut, the ProtoStar Kyle Fletcher. That's right, Kyle. Of course, Kyle Fletcher joined forces with Seth Rollins and Konosuke Takeshita a number of weeks ago, leading attacks on both Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre to stake their claim of dominance, if you will. And of course, Rollins would politic to get Fletcher not only an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, but nonetheless, in his very first match on Monday Night Raw. The only 2 times we've seen Fletcher in action was this past Sunday at the Royal Rumble, and now an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. That tells you the power, the level of pull that Rollins has backstage. As we know, for years he's definitely politicked his way through to getting to, a lot of advantages in his career, and more power to him, I guess. But this new faction that Rollins has brought to Monday Night Raw with the assistance of Fletcher and Takeshita is just absolutely it's just terrifying for any man in that Monday Night Raw locker room, except for maybe this man right here, the Scottish warrior, the Scottish psychopath, goes by many names. Drew McIntyre, the man that Fletcher targeted in his attack when him and Takeshita debuted, a part of Rollins' faction. McIntyre looks to get a measure of revenge here tonight, and on the same time find himself in the Elimination Chamber, getting so close to a World Championship match at WrestleMania. This one is certainly a dream match of sorts. McIntyre, Fletcher, two wrestlers from across the pond. Different areas of across the pond, of course, that being Australia and Scotland, but still nonetheless with the repertoire and what these two bring to the table and their wrestling catalog, certainly a dream match of sorts between McIntyre and Fletcher going down here tonight. And it just makes it even more dramatic that we're up in the stakes with the Elimination Chamber qualifiers, the first of the men's qualifiers. Well, actually, no, the second of the men's qualifiers. Excuse me, Bron Breakker did qualify early on tonight. So really, we're going to find out who is joining the Badass when we get to Toronto. Going to be locked inside that ever so unforgiving structure in the Elimination Chamber with Bron Breakker. Certainly not something that I would be envying if I were anybody else. McIntyre gets a 2-for-1 here tonight, gets his hands on the man that attacked him a number of weeks ago, and could potentially find himself the second man to declare for the Elimination Chamber. It's Kyle Fletcher, very brave to size up McIntyre. Just look out here, Fletcher and McIntyre. Like I said, first time ever. Only time you're going to see it here on the JPG channel. It's Fletcher and McIntyre trying to one-up each other. McIntyre obviously having the strength advantage over pretty much anybody when he gets into that ring, and one of the most pound-for-pound strongest competitors we have in that locker room. McIntyre delivers a huge haymaker right to the face of Kyle Fletcher and stands over with a huge sidewalk slam. Fletcher now trying to stick and move here. I hope that they've been game planning all night. You know, Rollins is very familiar with McIntyre's game. I'm sure he's been in the ear of Fletcher all night, giving him tips and pointers. Obviously, look out for that Claymore. Obviously, don't let him headbutt you. Don't let him connect with the future shock. None of that. As Fletcher obviously taking a moment to gloat here. This is his Monday Night Raw debut, not his JPG channel debut. If you cast your minds back down to the NXT days, Fletcher and his tag team partner Mark Davis, of course, Aussie Open, were a very prime tag team down in NXT, having incredible matches with the likes of the Creed Bros and Dragon Lee and Roosh at that time, Los Ingobernables. As McIntyre now again showcasing his strength, although Kyle Fletcher is no small man, almost 6'3", good 240 pounds of muscle that he's put on throughout the years. And now just stomping out the face of Drew McIntyre. Kyle Fletcher again taking the moment to gloat a little bit. Not exactly sure if I would ever suggest doing that in a match against Drew McIntyre. As now the ProtoStar gonna go for a ride. McIntyre sends him crashing through with a belly-to-belly suplex. Fletcher, though, kick right to the face and goes for a super kick. McIntyre reversing out of it. Fireman's carry position. Fletcher able to cower his way out of it. Kyle Fletcher now trying to send McIntyre off the ropes. McIntyre, oh, he's going to deliver a sharp elbow that time. Fletcher comes right back around again with that roll-through super kick. Second time he's caught McIntyre with that. And now just slamming the head of McIntyre on the canvas as the ProtoStar goes to work, showcasing what he brings to the Vision. Look at this combination, ending with an axe kick right to the face. And again, driving those fists right to the face of McIntyre. Very vicious stuff out of Kyle Fletcher. I'm sure that, you know, the aggression side is starting to really showcase a lot more now that he's a part of the Vision with Seth Rollins and a very dangerous man in his own right, Konosuke Takeshita. But look out here, Fletcher looking to take a page out of KO's playbook. I think he's going to go for a damn apron powerbomb. McIntyre luckily flying out. Little dig at Kevin Owens, another man that the Vision has made a target out of with that apron powerbomb. But Fletcher was not able to capitalize. The huge head of McIntyre just crashed right into the forehead of Fletcher on the outside. Went for an early cover. Fletcher able to get the shoulder out, though. As now McIntyre, again, fireman's carry. Look out here. Look at the strength of McIntyre, but beautiful reversal by Fletcher. Getting out of it with a nice roll-up attempt. Now McIntyre going back and forth with him. Big 2 count. Almost got the job done. Back and forth these two are going. Fletcher now calling McIntyre up to his feet, it looks like. What does the ProtoStar have in store? Again, that's the 3rd time he's found that in this match. Kyle Fletcher's really starting to roll here. Look at the frog splash coming off the corner. Goes for the cover. McIntyre has to get the shoulder out. Fletcher has looked very good against McIntyre since the bell rang, and now look out here. Sends him through with the half and half right on his neck. I mean, that is a big man to land on their neck. That could be potentially career-threatening, career-ending maneuver by Kyle Fletcher. Now look at here. Fletcher goes for a kick, but McIntyre just deflecting it. Fletcher trying to hit him where it hurts here is now McIntyre just taking these kicks and punches and receiving it right back is now a chop to the chest. And now just torquing at that knee of Fletcher. Fletcher barely able to walk. Oh no! Got caught by the Claymore. A Claymore out of nowhere. Count of 1, 2. Oh my goodness, Fletcher just got the shoulder out. He just got the shoulder out. I can't believe that. I thought the Claymore would have definitely put this thing to bed. A huge note to Kyle Fletcher, able to survive. The Claymore goes for a suicide dive, but he might not be exactly where he thinks he's at right now. That Claymore might still have him a little loopy because he might have been seeing double that time as he looked to aim almost in the wrong direction. McIntyre was able to evade for momentarily. That Claymore, I'm certain that has rocked the ever foundation in the head of Kyle Fletcher. As Fletcher now throws McIntyre back in the ring, trying to stay on the offense. But, I mean, most men don't even kick out of a Claymore, let alone recover from one. As now Fletcher sending McIntyre out to the floor once more. And now what does Kyle Fletcher have in store for McIntyre? Goes for another suicide dive. This time it's McIntyre that's actually stepping out of the way. Goes for a kick, but Fletcher, man, if there's ever one man that can recover pretty quickly, I guess it's Kyle Fletcher's. Resiliency is off the chain. And now look at this. Again, more damage to the head. As McIntyre looking to break the count, I believe, or go off the top rope as Fletcher could be in for some trouble. Oh, counter by Fletcher, though. Kick or a punch right to the ribs, I should say, and sends McIntyre back into the ring. Kyle Fletcher now stomping out the knee of McIntyre. Sending McIntyre off the ropes. Look at this. Beautiful Michinoku driver. A Michinoku driver connects to McIntyre. That could be it. Goes for the count. Goes for the almost 3 count, as a matter of fact. About 2.5 that time. Caught McIntyre completely off guard. I mean, there's not too many people that can deliver a Michinoku driver to Drew McIntyre. Like I said, that's a testament to the power of Kyle Fletcher. Stomp right to the chest of McIntyre. McIntyre delivering a kick right back. We have seen some competitive matches in all 3 of our Elimination Chamber qualifiers. Look at this big boot from Kyle Fletcher. Big boot from Kyle Fletcher now is... Look out here. Fletcher going to send McIntyre for the ride with a power bomb. More power on display from the ProtoStar. And almost got the 3 count again. Almost got the 3 count again. Kyle Fletcher now might have McIntyre exactly where he wants him. A kick right to the face. Kick right to the face has stunned McIntyre. As now look out here. Kyle Fletcher going for that patent brain buster, but McIntyre slipping out the back. Slipping out the back. McIntyre, oh, another headbutt. After a Claymore early on in the match, another headbutt connects. And no, it's Fletcher able to get the shoulder out. Fletcher able to get the shoulder out, but McIntyre, oh no, a second Claymore is in store. Locked and loaded. The countdown starts, but Fletcher, a nice reversal. And now he caught McIntyre this time. Caught him this time. Look out. Oh, an explosive brain buster. A brain buster out of nowhere for the 3. To qualify, but no. Kyle Fletcher almost pinned McIntyre right there, but wait a minute. Speak of the devil early on. Kevin Owens is here, and he's assaulting Seth Rollins on the outside. Kevin Owens is laying the boots to Seth Rollins, the man that has made a target, that has put dogs like Takeshita and Fletcher on Kevin Owens in the last few weeks. Kevin Owens getting his pound of flesh on the Visionary. He ripped him out of his jacket, and now he's beating his ass. And you can see the old Stone Cold shirt in the background. Expect no mercy. You ain't going to get mercy out of a man like Kevin Owens. KO now sending Rollins. Oh, what the hell? There's a table just ever so slightly set up out there, and Kevin Owens just put him through it. Rollins is taken out of the equation. And look out here. Fletcher is obviously thrown off guard here. Another Claymore strike by McIntyre. Give the assist to Kevin Owens as to why McIntyre will find himself in the Elimination Chamber. That is not going to sit well with Seth Rollins or the Vision, but nonetheless, McIntyre able to overcome the Vision and Kyle Fletcher to qualify for the Men's Elimination Chamber match. What a night of action we saw here in Illinois.